Okay, checking the mic, making sure it's good. If you guys can hear me,
Checking the
say
mic.
something.
Making sure it's good.
If you guys can hear me, say something. I got some delay going on. There we go. That's why. Okay. How's everybody doing? I think I have one person watching. That's fine. Okay, so this is the second Devcast that we're doing. And I'm going to do some pixel art today. But I also, so if you weren't here for the last Devcast, Grant and I decided on our next theme for our game. And the theme we decided on was it's going to be a pixel art game. But the theme we decided on is a circus-based, what is it? A circus-themed real-time strategy. No, it's a circus-based, turn-based strategy action survival game. So what we've come up with is this idea where you control a circus ringleader and you go around to the different members of your circus troupe and you motivate them. So the game has a couple different phases. The first phase is where you're kind of the ringleader and you're moving around a grid and you're talking to your troupe and you're trying to motivate them and keep them inspired. And the troupe, there's a bunch of angry crowd coming into the circus tent. And if they touch one of your troupe members, then you have to perform. So that part of the game is done like a real or like a turn-based strategy game where it's like Fire Emblem, where you get a chance to move your ringleader around the grid, and then the enemy or the customers have a chance to move. And so if they touch one of your troop members, you go into this next scene, which is like a it's kind of a turn-based RPG sort of ish action scene. And when it's your turn to act, it goes into this WarioWare type mini game where you have to perform a button press or a controller action or something in a certain way or in a certain fashion to be able to motivate your character or your troop. And if you don't do it, you fail the challenge, and then your motivation goes down. So it's kind of this interesting blend of like a Fire Emblem game and a WarioWare type game. And depending on how well you do on those mini games, your motivation goes up or it goes down. If your motivation goes all the way down, your troop member quits and you lose that troop member. And if you lose all your troop members, then you have to close your circus. So along the way, we're thinking that the ringleader has this ability to go pick up different motivational things on the grid, like they can pick up, food or bonus money or something, and give it to the troop members to kind of help them be a little more resilient when the customers come and are mean to them. So during that turn-based RPG scene, then the customers have a chance to shout, nasty words at the troop members, and so then the troop members have to defend. So depending on how well you do on those mini games and how well you defend against those bad comments or I don't know what that's going to look like right now. It might just be that, there's flying symbols or flying kind of expletives, not real, but just symbols towards the troop members. And so I'll go through a demo here in a minute to kind of give you guys a better idea of what the game looks like, but that's the idea we have right now. So anyway, I'm not sure anybody's watching, but I'm going to do this just so we have the video on the YouTube channel going through the different stages of the demo. So Grant told me in Discord that he put up something. So let me get that really quick. Okay. Okay, so we're going to unzip this real quick, and then we're going to start it. And this will kind of be the first time I've ever played this. This is a build that Grant put together with some artwork that I worked on. So this is what the game looks like. And he gave me some instructions on how to play it. So he says, click to move the tiles, space to execute movement. When in the event, click to perform, and push A or space bar to time the action. Somebody's at my door. Sorry, it's going to be kind of noisy. Okay. So this is your ringleader, and you're trying to move him around this ring. So this is the artwork we've got for the game so far. And I'm going to restart it real quick. So, and then space. So then you go into this scene where you're the performer and the crowd rushes up to you. So in the game, the crowd will be wandering around the grid, and then when they touch your performer, then this scene will pop up. So then you can have two options, perform or defend. So when you push perform, then you have to perform, basically. And so then I did it. So as long as you hit the button press right, then you do a good performance. And so now the crowd, strongman 3, crowd 1, I'm going to perform again. That's the placeholder art that Grant's put in. I'm going to defend. So I guess you can't really defend right yet, but anyway, that kind of gives you the idea of the game. So you have to do these actions based on, you know, the encounter. So it's kind of fun. So this is my ringleader. Now the crowd's going to come up and they're going to ask me to perform. There we go. I performed. Okay, so that's an idea of where we're at right now with the game. So a bit more to go. So in this scene, there's going to be like the crowd will have a turn and they'll shoot like expletives or bad words at the performer, and then you'll have to defend against those things. And so there will be like gauges up here and to the side that tell you how well you're doing. Right now it's just kind of programmer art, and so as if you don't defend properly, then the strongman's motivation is going to go down. Eventually, if he's 0, then he's going to quit the troop. But if you do well enough, and if you perform well enough each time, then the strongman's motivation is going to go up, and the crowd's going to be satisfied, and then the crowd goes away. So that's kind of the idea right here with this overworld. So the crowd will come in from the sides here, from the top, right, left, and bottom. And then they will go for a member of your troop. So you'll have a strongman. We only have the strongman right now, but you'll have a strongman. You'll have like a what do they call it? Like a trapeze artist. You'll have like a cannon guy. You'll have all this different stuff, and then you have to move around and you have to motivate them. And then yeah, if the crowd touches them, you have to perform. So that's the idea we've got right now for the game, and I think it's coming along pretty well. We've been at it for about a week right now. I still have a lot of artwork to do, and so that's what I'm going to be working on right now for this dev stream. Is I'm going to be working on some art. So anyway, there you go. That is our untitled circus game. But so yeah, thanks for being along. Thanks for watching it. All right. Stream didn't start for Van Alphen. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had something I had to go do for a second, and I thought I was going to be home by 2, but I didn't quite make it, so the stream is a little bit later than I planned. I started about an hour later, so that might be why you missed the notification. But thanks for hanging out, and hopefully we'll get a playable build of this game up pretty soon. But so far, development is going pretty good. So anyway, right now we're doing the scene where the strongman is going to grab a weight and he's going to hoist it up and then lift it up all the way. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. And this is what I've got so far. So this is kind of the strongman when he's crouching down, and then when he's got it all the way up, that's what he's looking like. So I've got that part finished right now, and it's going to be over this kind of background of like a warp effect, just to kind of show some action or some intensity. So like that. These are going to be zooming in. I'll just play it really quick. So these are going to be zooming like that while the strongman while the strongman performs his action. So right now we're going to work on this part. And I'm going to get rid of the warp effect stuff because I don't really want it right now. It just kind of gets in the way. Okay, so I'm just going to do some pixel art then. I'm going to start with the head. Usually that's where I have the most luck. If I don't start with the head, then it kind of gets a little bit difficult for me to size everything. So this is going to be, he's going to kind of be looking down. And so those are going to be his ears. And it's always hard for me to talk and stream at the same time. So if I don't end up talking for a little bit, that's just because I'm trying to concentrate. But anyway, I'm not going to have him it's not going to be like looking at the top of his head. I kind of want it to be a little more, you can see his jaw kind of maybe right here. So I'm going to move that one right here so I have a reference. Gonna be his eye line. The nice thing about this, since it's head on, I can just do half at a time and just copy that half over. So it makes it somewhat nice. Just to do that periodically. And this is going to be his nose. So I'm going to keep a picture of him up on the right. Oh. Just a sec. Okay. So that's his battle sprite, what he looks like in the battle scene. And in the action scene, I want it to closely match that. So I got to try and get this. He looks pretty good when he's lifted it up. I think that's good. So I want to try and make it cohesive here. And that's always a challenge to do. But I think if I can keep to the same proportions, then we'll get it. So this, he's going to kind of be looking at us and then kind of straining to grab the weight. And his legs probably need to shift a little bit. But anyway, yeah, that's what he's doing right here. His nose is kind of turned up, so yeah, we'll keep that. We'll see where that goes. Okay, I'm just gonna place his eyes. Might need to move out a little bit. I don't really like the way that looks. I'm gonna make his eyes a little smaller. No. They kind of do slant down a little bit like that. That's looking pretty good. Get the stash. And then, let's see, where do we go from there? Get his lower lip. Make it look like he's not so chubby. And just so you're aware, this is going to probably be a relatively short stream. There's just a lot going on today. I don't have too much time to be streaming, but I wanted to get at least some of this done. Okay, that's looking pretty good, I think, for his... It looks pretty similar to... It's a little too close to the center. No. Yeah, I like the way that's looking. Okay. So his brow's gonna be furrowed, so he's gonna be kind of angry looking. I don't know if I like that very much. Try this. Hey, Matt Brown. You dig the mustache? Yep, the stash is the best part of animating this guy. Okay, this head is just a titch too large, so we're gonna get down. Sorry, YouTube has about a 6-second delay from anything that you say, so I always get kind of delayed. Well, I think it has a 6-second delay from when I say anything. So my responses to your questions and your comments are going to be a little bit delayed. That's looking pretty good for his head shape. And we'll come in here and add some definition around his ear and temple. Kind of add some brow marks here. Not a big fan of the brow marks, actually. Maybe later, but I think he doesn't really have them in the action scene. And so I don't know about adding him here, but I do need to add some shading for his head. So actually that's going to be kind of a backlight because the light's kind of coming down on him from the top. So shading on the top doesn't really make sense. It should be kind of a gleam off of the top of his bald head. Something like that. And maybe we also add a little bit more right there. Ears. I don't know if he needs that. That's looking pretty complete for a face. Yeah, I'm liking that. Let's compare that to this. Does that look pretty good? Looking like it matches. What do you guys think? Does it match? What do you think? For the face anyway. We'll get to the body in a second. So these arms have to move in quite a bit, I think. So oops. Okay, so his deltoids are going to be kind of prominent right here. This will be his bicep area. Grab his skin tone. The deltoid's going to kind of be like that. Around kind of a ball shape. Okay, and Yeah, that's looking pretty good. This is going to be his pectoral down here. That'll be with the chest color, but for the arm, you want to make sure you define the shape easiest just with shading. Hey, it's my cat. The shape is most easily defined just by shading a little bit. So, did he scratch you? Cole, did he scratch you?
My fault.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Did he draw blood? Hang on, I think my cat scratched my wife. Hang on. You okay? Sorry. My cat scratched my wife. He's a mean sucker. So, she loves to just snuggle him and cuddle him, but he does not like to be held. So, hey, who's that? It's Indie Gamiacs. Sir Richard. How you doing? It's about a little later your time, isn't it? About 10:30. I've been enjoying your streams. Sorry I haven't been catching all of them, but you've been doing quite a bit more now that you've gone full time. It's been quite enjoyable. What are some of the top indie games you've been discovering, Richard? Sure, anytime. I love tuning in. Thanks for covering Attack of the Karen so much. Yeah, aside from Attack of the Karens, what are some of the top games you've been looking at? Cuz you're kind of my read on what's going on in the indie scene these days. Let's see what's been coming out. Let's get on. Let's see. New games. These are all probably AAAs. Rungor. That looks like a fun one. Harvest Island, that's an upcoming one. I heard Harvest Island is pretty cool. That's been getting a lot of attention lately. This one's like a mix of a horror farming sim. So, might be kind of cool. But yeah, the person put on Twitter they got like 2,000 wishlists a day, which is nuts. City Skylines 2, that's one I'm going to love. Salt Sea Chronicles, this looks rather indie. Never a shortage of cool games coming out when you're talking indie games. So there you go. There's a few. Oh, the last indie booth. I gotta check that out. I'm always late to the indie booths when I can't catch it live, because it always usually happens when I'm at work, because the stateside doesn't really mesh well with UK time. But yeah, I need to catch up with the indie booth. I saw you did one, and I haven't been able to sit down and watch it yet. Three to 6 a.m. Yeah, the like I said, U.S. time sometimes when me and Grant are available is not always ideal for everybody, but gotta try to make it work. That's why I kind of wanted to do a daytime stream today, because I knew you weren't able to make the last one, and it's nice to have as many people live as I can get. So hopefully this is not too late for you. So this is going to be his hand wrapping around the barbell. And that about matches with where he's at the top. So that will work out pretty good, hopefully. Might be a little low. I think we'll have to bring it up just to get the bar in there. So we are working on a... So last time, I think you said you watched the video from last time. Grant and I decided, well, we didn't decide. The wheel decided for us what game we're making. This is going to be a circus-themed, turn-based strategy / action survival game. So the premise here is you're a ringleader, and you've got a bunch of your circus troupe that are on this grid, and you have to move around as a ringleader and motivate them. So I had a demo here. This is one Grant and I've been working on. So this is the overworld. You come into the game like this, and you're controlling the ringleader, and you need to move these squares like that, and there will be crowd coming in from the sides and from the top and the bottom. And if your crowd touches the troop member, then it engages this kind of action scene. So, and also if the ringleader touches them like this action scene comes up. So in that overworld, there will be crowd enemies that are coming into the game, and this crowd rushes in and is basically an angry crowd at the circus, demanding that the performers do their best, or else they're gonna throw tomatoes at them or throw swear words at them or all kinds of stuff. And so you have this kind of Pokemon type RPG action scene right here where you have to do a performance. And so the crowd will take a turn throwing swears at you, and then you'll take a turn performing for them. And if you please the crowd enough, then the crowd gets satisfied and they go off the game board. But if you fail in your performance, then your motivation as a performer goes down. And if the motivation gets low enough, the performer quits. And what the ringleader can do is he moves to the different performers, and he can give them gifts or money or something to motivate them. And yeah, then they do better. And if they get all the way motivated, then, if they satisfy all the crowd members in that round, then you win that turn. So this is just some programmer art Grant put together to show the performance. So I have to push the space bar right when it hits the green area. And if I do it well enough every time, then I win the performance round and my motivation goes up. So there will be a bunch of different performers. We're working on the strongman right now, but there will be a trapeze artist, there will be a human cannon, and there will be maybe a couple others, but we're trying to keep the scope really small because we want to launch this game in about 4 weeks on itch. And so this is where we're going with this, and yeah, we'll see how well it sticks. But that's the basic premise. So what I'm doing right now is I'm doing the artwork for the strongman's lifting sequence. So I've already got this scene right here where he's hoisted it all the way up. And so now I'm going to work on crouching down to grab the bar, and then we're going to say, when he's midway and all the way up. And I'm going to do a couple different faces to show if he's struggling, like if you're failing the challenge or something, then, there's that. So, yeah, it's definitely unique. As Grant and I were talking about this last week, we're like, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this out there before. So it kind of is WarioWare mixed with Fire Emblem, kind of, in a way. So definitely something different, which is what the point of an indie game is all about, right? Being different. So I like the way that was before. Yeah, we could do a launch day stream. That would be fun. Hopefully we can hit our target, but we're shooting to be done. I think our promise was on October 4th to be or November 4th to be finished with this game. So this is going to be very, very small. But yeah, if you want to put it on your stream, I'd be more than happy to come on and show it. So this actually needs to be light, because that's going to be the top of the arm and the bottom of the arm. Yeah, the feet are going to have to be a little bit closer, I think. Are you saying for the lifting phase right here, Van Alphen? You can always move them in. Yeah, I think if that mostly what the stream would be is just kind of getting behind the idea of what we're doing. Just doing these, because this is going to be the first of many small challenges we're taking on ourselves to try and just improve, I guess, as developers. So eventually this will lead to a bigger game, but for right now, we're just trying to do small projects together. One, to get used to working together, and two, to just get better at developing games. That's kind of gotta... I don't think that needs to be defined. I think that's probably good enough. I don't want too much definition because it is still kind of cartoony. Thanks. Yeah. If you want to cover it, that's great. I don't know if we have a name for the game yet. Maybe we'll try and come up with one so you can have something to say about it. But, yeah. Yeah, maybe you'll get a good suggestion that we can roll with. So again, that's kind of confusing shading because that should be the top of his hand. There we go. And this should be the bottom. It's also why I like to sometimes leave a mistake on videos on purpose so people can't help to correct you. It gives great engagement. Yeah. Yeah. Anything I can do to... I mean, anything you can do to get engagement is good. I'm still figuring out how to stream on YouTube, so... I'll get to the engagement part later. I was thinking it might be kind of cool as we do this to kind of ask the people on the stream for suggestions on what to do. But right now we're just kind of figuring out what we want to do. But kind of like your idea of having a community developed game. Well, have not totally community developed, but having the community take part in developing the game, I think is kind of a cool idea. Yeah, I have to figure out how to do that. I don't know how to dual stream to Switch or Twitch quite yet. Is it very hard to do? Yeah, Van Alphen, I think it might be okay. I don't know. We're under such a timeline with this. I might just go with it. It is kind of cartoony, so I mean, really, like if you're gonna do a clean and jerk, you should have 1 foot in front, 1 foot behind when you hoist the weight up like that. So his position's all the way wrong. But at this point, I don't know if it's worth it to go back and change it. I might just leave it. It looks kind of fun the way it is. He looks kind of like he has rubbery legs. And the bar is definitely not realistic. It's kind of, you know, bending. I guess maybe that is kind of realistic. I don't know. So do you have to have some kind of special software to run both streams at the same time, or can you just do it this way? Can you do it through OBS? I guess I could just look up a tutorial rather than having to have you tell me, but that arm's gonna go. We can do that. And we've got some arms. Oh. Weightlifting with a wide stance. Maybe I have the stance wrong then. I always thought a clean and jerk, when you hoisted it up all the way, you threw one leg in front and one behind to kind of help you get it up all the way. I guess maybe that's once you are at standing, your feet are apart. Yeah. That would make more sense because you might fall over if your feet weren't side to side. Okay, now we got to figure out how to tie his chest into this. So the curl for his shoulders is going to change right here because his pectorals are going to come up like that. But it's weird because I've got the layering to where I might need to switch the layering, but we'll see. I've got the layering to where the chest is behind the arms because that's how the viewer is looking at it. So we might have to go back in and change some of these deltoid shading that I did, so it's off anyway. But okay, so I'm gonna have his pec muscles kind of coming down like this. Let's see. I don't want them too big, and this can just be, there we go. This will be his abs coming down in the center here. He's going to have his leotard on that side, so I'll leave that for now. The screen overlay? Yeah, I just put that together this afternoon, actually. So I just wanted to have something fun people could look at while I'm forgetting to talk during streams, but yeah, screen overlay was kind of fun to make. Okay, so his pecs are going to come down like this. And hey, if you want a screen overlay, I'd be happy to make one for you, Richard. I know you've already got one that's been made for you, but if you ever need another one, just hit me up. Okay, so this is where his muscles are going to get kind of weird. So I think for his arm, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And then just kind of leave it like that. How's that look, folks? Yeah, if you want another one, I can make you one. Just let me know what you'd like. So his wings are not going to come that far behind him, so I'm going to definitely trim that down. Which means the arms are probably going to look kind of goofy, being so far out there. But his wings are going to come out a little bit, probably about like that. Just a touch, because from this view you probably can't see him too well. Actually, no, that means his back is huge. That's not going to be the case. So we're going to hide the wings completely, actually. And I'm going to actually move his chest out a little bit and down. Maybe? I don't know. I'm undecided. Then for this, we can kind of bring that in a little bit. That looks a little bit more like it. Okay. Then I'm going to get rid of that. That looks actually not too bad, but this looks kind of weird with his shoulder. So, going to get rid of that. And then we're going to have the shoulder kind of come up like this. Go back to the chest area. I don't know. This is where I kind of fiddle with pixels and it starts to become less and less efficient. But okay, that looks pretty good for that. This kind of needs to be a little more gradual though. Are those text items dynamic at all? How are you changing your mood? Right now it's just it's a static thing. So if I want to change it, I literally have to open up the overlay, change it in the artwork, and then re-upload it. Which is not fine because it's fine because it's all in a shared drive. So I just open it and change it, but it'll take me 2 seconds to do it. But yeah, it's not automated or anything. Not dynamic like you said. That'd be really cool to have something like that though. But my current mood is actually, yes, I'm hungry. Because I am trying to eat less calories and lose weight. So that is always my mood these days. Thanks. Yeah. It's all based off the palette of the logo. So, which the watermark, I just realized, is kind of conflicting a little bit with the name I have in the bottom corner. But anyway. And I apologize for the camera bouncing. I need to find a way to stabilize that. Okay, I'm going to hide these legs. Okay, that was wrong layer. Why is that? Let's continuous. Okay. Once I get money again, I might have to see if you want to create a sprite sheet for the Indie Gamiacs character. How many sprites do you need? I mean, you've done enough for me with promoting Attack of the Karens. I just consider it a trade and help you out. Are you talking one of your Indie Gamiacs characters? Like those, the three? The yellow, the red, and the blue? No, I'll help you out. I'll make a sprite sheet for you. Just let me know what you need. Yeah, is that the design though? You want those Indie Gamiacs characters? Just like, what style of sprite? Like a platformer sprite? Like a something you'd see on a platformer game, or kind of what are you thinking? Yeah, I could do that. What kind of animations do you want? Like run, jump, climb? Hey, how's it going, Space Spy? You haven't missed too much. Just talking about this new game we're making. It's a circus-themed, turn-based strategy slash survival action game. It's a lot to take in. So I don't know if you watched the first Devcast, but me and Grant, who's my brother, we decided on a new game based on, we spun a wheel and we got two genres and put them together, and then we got a theme. And so the first genre we got was a turn-based strategy. The second genre we got was a survival action game. And then we got the theme, which is circus. So we have a circus, turn-based strategy, survival action game. So yeah, a lot to take in. So the way it's going to work is I'll start this over again. This is our working demo. So you have an overworld here, and you control this ringleader, and you have to move to your performers, and your performers have this angry crowd that's running up to him and is throwing expletives and is throwing curse words and tomatoes, all kinds of stuff at your performers. And so what you have to do is you have to make sure your performer's motivation doesn't go all the way to zero. So when the crowd comes up and they're starting to, threaten your performers or call them out or whatever, you have to perform. And if you get your performance just right, which is based on these kind of WarioWare type mini games, then your motivation goes up and your performers stay and your crowd gets more satisfied. And if your crowd gets all the way satisfied, they leave. And yeah, then you get all the crowd satisfied in the turn, then you win that round or that match. But if your performers get less and less motivated, they go all the way to zero, then your performers raise the white flag and they give up. So yeah, every performer is going to have a different mini game. Right now we just have the strongman, and so you have to hit the space bar at the right time as it's coming over that green mark. Show you again. As it's hitting over that green mark, you have to hit the space bar just right. And if you hit it even enough, then you can win the game. But we're going to have like a human cannon where you have to aim it and hit the target. We're going to do like a trapeze artist where you have to click the button at the right time to grab the next bar, otherwise you fall. So just all these different kind of, like I said, WarioWare type games. So that's what I'm working on here, is the pixel art for the strongman. So that's gonna, I erased his legs. Oof. I have to go back and fix that. But this is the pixel art for the strongman. That's gonna be when he's hoisted up all the way, and then this is when he's down. So thanks. Yeah, I love doing the pixel art. Okay, I'm catching up with Indie Game Yak's comments. Please put back that on the back of your list. I still need to work out the whole game and finding. So you are making a game. Ooh. All right. Well, I will look forward to playing that game. Anyway, thanks for coming to the stream, guys. Alfie, it's good to see you. Now, Alfie, you're in the UK, correct? That's why I kind of did this during the day, was to catch some of my UK friends. That's got to be on the bod layer. Oh, you're making for the Playdate? You're making a game for the Playdate, Alfie? That'll be cool. Oh man, I wish I had a play date. That looks like so much fun, but I've already got so many systems. Like I've got a Switch, I've got a Steam Deck, I've got a 3DS, I've got a Wii U, I've got a PS4, I've got my computer. I've already got so much that just adding another one, oh, it's just I can't even get to all the games I have on my Steam Deck. So, I really wanted to get a play date. I wanted to get a what's the other one? Evercade too, just because I love cartridges. So I wanted to get an Evercade, but I just can't bring myself to buy it because I don't have time. I don't have time. I've got 4 kids. You know, I can't do it. It's too much. Okay, so this bod can probably be switched now. I think that's... Okay. Yeah, Richard, I know you've got a lot of toys too. You're probably in the same boat I am, especially with how busy you are with making content nowadays. So you got a PS5, Switch, gaming laptop, full-size arcade machine. Oh, you got an arcade machine. That is so cool. I would love... You know what I would love to have? I would love to have a pinball machine. Just any... I mean, preferably one of, you know, something that I enjoy, like a Star Wars or something like that. But it would just be really, really cool to have a pinball machine. Okay, what's going on with this chest there? Yeah, I might someday get an arcade machine just to have it. We got a basement that's unfinished right now. I think I would love to put some kind of arcade game or some kind of pinball machine down there. Just for me and the kids just to jam out on something. I think it'd be so much fun. Pinball theme? I don't know. We'll see what the Wheel of Genres gives us next time, Richard. We could get a pinball dating sim that is Western themed. You never know. That's the joy of the wheel. Okay, so this guy whose legs I erased, I need to get his colors here. Oops. So we're going to change this to... Nope, that's on the arms layer. We'll redo that. Back to the body layer. Um, I don't know if pinball's on the wheel. We can add it for sure next time. There's a pinball dating scene for the play date. Hey, somebody beat us to it. Lost your marbles. The idea is to whatever hole it lands in is the dialogue option. That's pretty cool. Okay, so this has to be darker. There we go. Okay, so this guy is looking pretty good. Just gotta do some more shading. And we're done with his torso. Then we can move on to fixing his legs. And I'm getting my layers really crossed, so that's why it's taking me so long. Forgot a game I'm excited about. Maple Forest. It's a Game Boy style Zelda game. Maple Forest. I'll have to check that out. The weightlifting minigame reminds me of the old Crash Bandicoot Game Boy Advance minigame that broke my thumb when I was little. It was really like heavy button mashing. I don't think I ever played that. There was a Crash Bandicoot Game Boy Advance minigame. I never played that one. I played Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation, but that's about all my experience with Crash that I had. Okay, so this is going to be his waist. That's where his belt's going to be. So I'll probably do his belt here. Just keep it simple like that. Probably have a darker color so it can show some depth. There we go. Now that perspective is a little too narrow, so I'm going to bring his belly out a bit. Because he does kind of have to be squatting. He's not leaning all the way forward. So maybe his gut's kind of spilling down a little. He doesn't really have a gut because he's a strong man, but when you fold forward, you're going to have some belly that comes out. So And then we need the legs. So I'm going to go back and fix these legs off this source guy. So... Steam Next Fest is Monday, too, so that's about 10 million more games to play. Yeah, I'm not really paying attention this Next Fest. I mean, it's been all over Twitter lately, but I just don't have the time. Got too much else I'm working on. But I probably will look at some Next Fest stuff. Move his leg. Let's see, that's the arms, so gonna change that layer to legs. Oh, I did have the legs. I was just hiding it. Okay. So we're good. How does my family feel about Attack of the Karens? That's a good question. I've never had anybody ask me that before, Alfie. That's a good one. Could ask him. Hey, Nicole.
What?
How do you feel about Attack of the Karens?
I love it.
You love it? People are asking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's very creative.
Very
Especially
creative.
that one, like, voice actress is, like, really talented.
You like the voice acting?
You know, the one that was, like, the machine one.
Which one?
The machine, like, I don't remember what she said.
Oh, the robot one?
The robot one.
Yeah, she
That's
did.
my
She
favorite
did
part.
the best.
She
She
did.
did awesome.
She did. Sorry, my voice sounds like a man.
So Nicole says her favorite part of the game is the voice acting for the ship robot, the ship AI, because she did that. So she likes it. I think my kids loved playing it too. I've been trying to get my kids to tell their friends about it, but I shall be live every day playing games. Awesome. I'm so excited for Next Fest. Good games coming. Yep. We'll be well apart from being away for EGX. Well apart for being away for EGX next weekend. When is... Oh, EGX is next weekend. Does that happen just once a year? I'm too poor to go to game conferences. Otherwise, I totally would. I would love to go to like PAX or GDC or something. But just don't have the fundage or the time. I have to take time off of work. Once a year in London. I would love... I've never been to London. I would love to just go to London. And if EGX is an excuse to get there, then by all means. I'd have to come hang out with you guys. Alright, these layers are all messed up. Arms. That should be not on arms, it should be on body. Okay. London sucks. So, Alfie, this is your first time at EGX? London's great for a while, then it's the worst place on earth. London sucks. Especially for commute. Yeah, I imagine the commute is pretty terrible. But as a star-eyed American, I would love the experience just going to London. It's one of those places we only get to see on TV. Have either of you guys been to New York City or Chicago? Any big places in the States? They suck too. Yeah, New York City is... There's a lot of cool things to see. There's a lot of culture and a lot of like... I imagine London's probably the same. There's just, so many different races and so many different nationalities. Just when you walk down the street, you hear several different languages in the same block. That's cool. And there's so much international culture there that you can get food from every country, and it's fantastic. But man, so many people. So many people. Yeah. Florida. Where'd you go in Florida? I'd love to see your trip to EGX. It's my dream to one day have a booth at a show. That would be so cool to show off a game. So this leg is not really working out. It's looking goofy. Legs just don't bend that way. So I think it's the depth. The depth is off. I need a reference. Okay. So, yeah, this is off. Nobody's going to be able to lift a weight like that. And talking to me every single dev there. That's why I love going to EGX. We were looking at a booth at EGX with Get Indie Gaming. Are you guys getting a booth? I guess you'd have to by now if you were, so it sounds like you're probably not. But Matt says your next game after this should incorporate hockey somehow, just because. Yeah, okay. Matt, it's all up to the wheel. I mean, if you want to tell Grant to put hockey 50 times on the wheel so the chances are higher, it's just whatever the wheel tells us is what we do. But this leg definitely has to move in, so that's what I'm going to do here. And his feet are just going to have to jut out after he lifts the weight. Who's that? Hey.
I'm right here. Hi. Who's there? Hi, my kitties.
There's several people watching right here. They're chatting.
Do y'all see me?
Yep, they can see you right now.
Hi, guys. Hi. Can they hear me?
Yep, they can hear you.
Do they know what I look like?
What?
Do they know what I look like?
What did you say?
Do they know what I look like?
Well, they can see you on this camera right here. Look, you're right there.
Hi. Can you hear them? Hi.
Okay. Let me do this, okay?
Hi. Bye, guys. Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Those are my kids. 2 of the 4. The 2 ones that are not shy. The others are very shy, so you probably won't see them. Yep, 4 wonderful kids. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Dad, I just have one more question.
You have a question for them? Or for me? I think she just wants attention now. What do you guys think? There. What do you guys think of that? I think that pose is done. So that one that you just saw, she's a performer. She loves going on stage, singing in front of people. She is not shy at all. So, yeah, she's definitely loving the fact that she's on camera in front of people on the internet. She wants really bad for me to let her get a YouTube channel. And I, as a responsible father, am not letting her because I don't want, you know, who knows who's going to be following her. So, what?
I want to show them this.
Okay, show him. What are you showing him?
This is my squishy.
There you go, guys. You saw the squishy. Put my kids in the crowd. There were 2 kids in the crowd. Maybe those could be 2 of my kids. Yeah, I try to. I'm laughing at your comment, Richard, how your 5-year-old loves singing with the mics. Mine totally would be the same way. Okay, I think this pose is about done. Do you guys see anything we're missing? Aside, I guess we got the dumbbell or the barbell, but aside from that, you know, I think we're mostly good. So I'm gonna grab these bars. I'm gonna move them down. Don't need the hands though. Now this is probably gonna mess everything up because hope the hands are positioned right. Otherwise I'll have to redo it. Beat a sweat? Oh yeah. Do some sweat.
Hi to my sister. See,
You want to come say hi to the people on the stream? Yeah?
hi.
This is the one that was, I was telling you, was a little more shy. What's that?
There's also my big brother.
Yeah, big brother
What
too.
do I look
Yeah.
at?
Right there. That's the camera right there.
Hi guys. I'm gonna show them the squish again.
Okay. We'll see you guys later. Okay.
Bye
Bye.
guys. Ow.
If I can just, yeah, that's gonna need to be redone. It's gonna sit about right there. So I could just like that, but that might look a little funny. So we'll redo the arms a little bit. Premium indie gaming content. Couldn't have said it better myself. This is what I gotta do when I'm a dad of 4 and I want to make games. I have to make it work with the kids. Okay, so the bar is gonna have to go behind. Let's see. So the arms are gonna go in front of the bar. You leaving?
Why don't you call me about this thing that I have, this eye surgery thing? I have to be there probably at 7:30 in the morning. It takes about 20 minutes for them to do it, but it takes an hour.
Hi.
And so I don't know if you can write me back home.
Hi, guys. My name is nothing. Bye.
But I'd have to have someone pick me up an hour later. So, so I'm sorry it's so early.
It's okay.
I'm like, I don't want to have eye surgery that early in the morning. So, okay.
Except 45.
Yeah, we probably got to pick me up. It's way on the, it's by the Walmart that's right down where Grant lives, that way.
Yeah.
Providence.
Okay, sounds good. I'll be there.
I don't want to. I'm scared. Goodbye, see ya. Okay.
I'll be there.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, see ya.
Okay.
Kids are always causing mayhem. But that's part of the fun of having kids. Okay. So Grant is going to be he's working on the engine part of it. So I'm doing just the artwork on this game. And Grant is doing all the programming. Well, we're doing it in Construct, so there's no programming, but he's doing all the engine work. So all the mechanics and everything are him. And yeah. So this, we need to redo this arm too, because it has to be stiff. So which now that's looking weird. I like the way that arm looked. Maybe I will just move it down. And the fact that we only have so long to finish this game is making me think that this is good enough. What do you guys think? I think we're just going to do that. You in Construct too? You said, yo, Construct bestie. Is that what you made Eglian in? Was Construct? Construct 3, cool. Hey, how was the process of getting Eglian on PS4? Did you go through a publisher, or were you lucky enough to be approved by Sony? Yeah, I think you're right, Richard. I think I'll just move on. I tend to get way too picky about stuff. Okay, so they just, how did that work? If you don't mind my asking, did they just take a cut of the profits and you get a certain percentage of each sale then? Is that how that works? And what publisher did you go through? Because I'd like to port Karen's onto Xbox, PS4, and Switch, but it's my first time ever doing this, so I don't know if that's a good idea or if I should hold off. I'd actually not like to know what you think about porting it. Penguin Pop? Okay. 50-50 is not a bad split, I wouldn't think. So is that after Sony's cut, then you split the revenue 50-50? So it was free with the stipulation that they get paid half of whatever sells. Okay. Okay. That's not bad. 6K? That's how much you personally brought in, or is that what was left after Sony took their cut and you split that in half with your publisher? Of course, you got a bigger game than I do. You're probably going to sell more than I would. People don't really tend to like shoot 'em ups that much. Maybe that's just Steam, though. Maybe it'll do better on consoles. I don't know. Yeah, Attack of the Karens sales have been pretty low, if I'm being quite honest. But for my first game, I'm just happy to get it out there and that people liked it and enjoyed it. That was a huge success for me, and I'm so excited about that, actually. So that for me was great. Yeah, I hit the shmup community, but the shmup community is great. But they like straight shmups. They like, you know, the ones you can one credit clear. They like the, you know, really, really super challenging, those kinds of things. And in my game's a roguelite, and so it's a little bit different, and it hits the shmup community a little different. They don't take it quite as seriously, so some of them don't really get into it and push it and talk about it that much, but that's fine. I kind of knew that going in, but then I've got awesome fans like Van Alphen who do love it and also love shmups, so some of them really like it and some of them tend to kind of shy away from it. So yeah, yep, they love that. They love leaderboards, they love scoring, they love all that kind of stuff, and Attack of the Karens doesn't have any of that. So yeah, I'm still figuring out how to generate buzz. Something I haven't quite mastered. Okay, I think that guy's done. Okay, well, we've been going for a little over an hour now. I think I'm probably going to wrap it up. Thanks for being along, guys. Thanks for watching the stream. I've had a ton of fun. I need to go start some dinner. So the next show, I don't know. I'll talk to Grant. I'll see when he wants to do it. I'll probably just do another solo stream if he can't. So our schedules sometimes don't quite match up, but yeah, we'll definitely give more advanced notice next time. This one was just kind of a spur of the moment. I just wanted to do some stuff live, so that's kind of where this came from. But I will send out a tweet. It'll probably be sometimes next week. We were thinking Thursdays, but that'll be nighttime, so you'll have to catch that one, you know, the next time around. Yeah, that's actually something we were talking about. Alfie is having guest devs come on, and we'd like to actually show off their games and stuff and have them talk about gaming and indie gaming and that kind of stuff and their experience being a dev and just get more exposure to people. I mean, we don't have a very big following, but it's just cool to talk to people live and just hang out and chat. So if you want to come on, we could definitely set that up. So yeah, the next one will probably be next Thursday night. It might shift a little bit, but definitely catch the replay. So, okay, I am going to sign off. Guys, thanks for coming. It's good to chat with all of you, and I hope you have a splendid day and a fun time at EGX, because, yeah, probably won't chat with you again until after that. But I'll be looking forward to all your photos and all the awesome things you see. And have a good night.